Hi, welcome to the 6th tutorial on creating a virtual cluster using Ubuntu server and Oracle VirtualBox. In this tutorial, I'm going to make the resolve.conf file read-only, so you don't have to change it every time the server gets online, as well as install Gedit and xauth, so you can run GUI applications, and then set up NTP as well. So for the resolve, Ubuntu has an interesting way of doing things in some instances. So if we ls resolve.conf, we'll see that it is a symlink to this file. And to change the permissions of that file, it's really a big mess. So what I'm just going to do is cp/etc/resolve.conf into my home directory, and then I'm going to delete the original, delete the symlink resolve.conf. Obviously first thing we have to do, let's just copy that file again, and then I'm going to remove it, resolve.conf. And before copying this one back, I just want to make sure it has the correct name server, which it does not. So add name server 11.0.0.1 and add the testcluster.com domain, and then right and quit the file. Then we copy /etc/resolve. Oh no, sorry. We copy the local one back to /etc. We should now be able to ping the nodes. Okay, so we do. The local DNS does work. So now just to make it read only so that it doesn't get reset on every reboot, chatter +i /etc/resolve.conf. And that should do it. Okay, next up is installing xauth and Gedit. So apt install xauth. Apt get install xauth. If I'm correct, this is going to say that xauth is already installed, and there we go. So just apt get install Gedit, and yes. This is going to take a while. My internet isn't too fast, so I'm just going to pause the video until this is done. Okay, so Gedit finally finished installing. And we're quickly going to test this, so make sure that your XAMPP or Xming is running. Let me just show you there. That's the one. If that icon is there, Xming is currently running. So just back in your terminal, type Gedit, and it will probably complain about a open display, blah 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 stuff. Okay, so I'm going to close this PuTTY connection and just open up a new one. Before I actually open the connection, go to SSH and X11 and make sure enable X11 forwarding is ticked, so that you do enable X11 forwarding. So back at the session, log in again. Bloop. Sudo -i, and then, oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, so for some reason, while running it as root, it does not want to open the Gedit application. If you just open it as a normal user, it opens it fine. You'll see all the fonts and icons and stuff are there, so unlike the CentOS version, you don't have to install the fonts and dbus and everything extra. It's already installed. Okay, so we see a lot of error warnings here, but doesn't look like anything's really broken. Just gonna go back to sudo and then clear the screen. Next up is the NTP configuration. In the second video we already installed NTP via apt-get, so the configuration file should be there, and there it is. So again, as in the CentOS, or well, Scientific Linux videos, we want to keep these servers as they are, and then at the restrict lines, not these ones, we want to restrict 11.0.0.0 with a net mask of 255.255.255.0 with no modify, no trap. And once this is done, that should set up the NTP server on our head node. So we can just service NTP start, and it started. Now we can SSH into the nodes. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. And clear the screen. Now NTP should not be installed on the nodes yet, so just apt-get install NTP. Why? Okay. Now you'll notice that it does not actually install, it just hangs at 0% all the time. That's because the IP tables on our head node gets reset every time we restart the computer. So just go back to the head node and then let's fix that. If I do an IP tables -L, you'll see that the NAT table isn't there. So we're gonna redo the NAT entry for the IP tables. So we want to do IP tables -t NAT -a post routing -o eth1 -j masquerade. So now if you do an IP tables -L, it's not there. What did I do wrong? Oh well, there it is. We'll see. Oops. There's the line we just added. So to have that line entered into the IP tables every time the computer starts, we want to save this IP tables save output into a file iptables.rules. We can echo that directly into /etc/iptables.rules. Just like that. So if we cat /etc/iptables.rules, we'll see this, which has the line we just added. Now it's still not fixed yet. We have to actually recover those rules every time the computer restarts. So /etc network/interfaces, and then at the iface eth0, well, I guess it should actually rather be with eth1, but whatever, we add a pre-up iptables-restore from /etc/iptables.rules. Yeah. So any changes we make to this file will automatically be restored to the IP tables once the machine is once the network card is up and running again. So just write and quit this, and then we SSH back into the node. Now we should be able to apt-get install NTP. Yes, and there it goes, downloading. This should be a rather quick one. Okay. So now just edit the /etc/ntp.conf file and remove all these server lines, and then add master.testcluster.com and right quit. So now we can say service ntp start, and then I'm going to watch -n1 date on the node, so you can see exactly what the time is here. And then I'm going to bring in my head node. That should be it. Yeah. No, that's wrong. Okay, and then again watch n-1 date. Should probably actually add the date. Now I can hover these, and you'll see that the master node is about 3 seconds ahead of the normal, well, node 1. So while those two are waiting to sync up, I'm just going to bring in node 2 and install NTP on it as well. Yeah. Okay, so apt-get install NTP -y. Oh. Sudo? I hate sudo, just so you know. Okay, so /vim/etc ntp.conf, delete the servers, and then add master.testcluster.com and right quit. Of course it's read only because I'm not root. So do this again with sudo. And then sudo service ntp start. Okay. See, these are still a bit, well, still about 2 seconds out of sync. It can take up to an hour for the NTP services to synchronize their times, but this should work as it is. Just to be safe, I'm going to pause the video and make sure that it works, and then I will resume the recording once it has synchronized. Well, what do you know, 20 seconds after I paused the video, they synchronized. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. There will be more on how to set up Ganglia, Torque, LDAP, and then running and compiling something like HPL. But for now, thanks for watching.